From symptoms to diagnosis, illness affects everyone at some point. In this video, we'll explore words used to describe different health conditions with clear definitions, examples, and images. Let's dive into the vocabulary of illness. Fever as noun, a state of intense excitement, enthusiasm, or activity, a period of heightened emotional or mental agitation, a temporary elevation in body temperature, typically indicating an immune response to infection or illness, a state of increased internal heat. The child's fever spiked in the middle of the night, causing concern for his parents. Gold fever swept through the town as rumors of a new discovery circulated, drawing prospectors from far and wide. The doctor diagnosed her with a fever and prescribed medication to reduce her temperature. Fever is often accompanied by symptoms such as chills, sweating, and fatigue. The fever of anticipation grew as the concert date approached, with fans eagerly counting down the days. Ailment as noun. It implies a sense of discomfort or suffering. Refers to a minor illness or medical condition that affects the body or mind. Back pain is a common ailment among office workers who sit for long periods of time. Arthritis is a chronic ailment that affects the joints and can cause pain and stiffness. The flu is a common ailment during the winter months. Allergies are a common ailment that can cause a range of symptoms, from sneezing and coughing to rashes and swelling. Migraines are a debilitating ailment that can cause severe headaches and other symptoms. Pain as noun. Mental or emotional distress, anguish, or discomfort. Psychological suffering or agony experienced as a result of various factors such as loss, trauma, or stress. Physical discomfort or suffering caused by injury, illness, disease, or damage to the body. A sensation of distress or discomfort typically localized to a specific area. Chronic pain can significantly impact a person's quality of life and ability to function. The patient described a sharp, stabbing pain in their chest, indicating a possible heart condition. The grieving widow felt a deep pain in her heart after the loss of her spouse. She experienced excruciating pain in her lower back after lifting heavy objects. He winced in pain as the doctor administered the injection. Nausea as noun. A feeling of sickness or queasiness, typically arising from motion sickness, illness, or unpleasant stimuli. A sensation of unease or discomfort in the stomach, often accompanied by an inclination to vomit. He felt a wave of nausea wash over him as he looked down from the tall building. The medication can cause side effects such as nausea and headache in some patients. The foul smell emanating from the garbage bin triggered a bout of nausea. Pregnant women often experience morning sickness, characterized by feelings of nausea and vomiting. She experienced nausea and dizziness after riding the roller coaster multiple times. Debilitation as noun. The act or process of making someone or something weak or infirm. The condition of being weakened or made ineffective. The debilitation of the infrastructure resulted in delays and disruptions. The debilitation of the economy led to widespread unemployment. Long periods of inactivity can lead to muscle debilitation. The medication side effects included debilitation and fatigue. The disease caused severe debilitation, leaving him bedridden for weeks. Morbidity is noun. The condition of being diseased or unhealthy. The prevalence or incidence of illness or disease in a population. The state of being susceptible to disease or illness. The likelihood of experiencing negative health outcomes. Chronic stress can increase the risk of morbidity and mortality from cardiovascular disease. High levels of air pollution have been linked to increased morbidity and mortality in urban areas. The study aimed to assess the morbidity rates associated with various environmental factors. Public health officials closely monitor the morbidity and mortality rates of infectious diseases. The hospital tracks the morbidity of patients with chronic conditions to improve treatment outcomes. Symptom as noun. A physical or mental feature that is regarded as indicating a condition or disease, especially when experienced by a patient. An indication or sign of something, typically something undesirable or problematic. Forgetfulness and confusion may be symptoms of Alzheimer's disease or other forms of dementia. Increased thirst and frequent urination are symptoms of diabetes mellitus. A persistent cough is a common symptom of respiratory infections such as the flu or pneumonia. Headaches and dizziness can be symptoms of dehydration, especially in hot weather. Fatigue and weakness are often early symptoms of anemia, a condition characterized by low levels of red blood cells. Condition as noun. A particular state of being, especially in terms of physical or mental health. The state of something with regard to its appearance, quality, or working order. The house was in a dilapidated condition and needed extensive renovations. Mental health conditions such as anxiety and depression can impact daily life. The car was in excellent condition, with low mileage and no visible damage. He was in a critical condition after the accident and was rushed to the hospital. Regular exercise can help improve cardiovascular condition and overall health. Weakness as noun. A fault, flaw, or limitation in character, behavior, or ability. A vulnerability or susceptibility. The state or condition of lacking physical or mental strength. Frailty or feebleness. She confessed her weakness for romantic comedies, despite considering them cliché. The athlete's injury revealed a weakness in his knee joint, affecting his performance. His weakness for sweets often led him to indulge in unhealthy snacks. The company's reliance on a single supplier became a weakness when the supplier experienced production delays. Procrastination was his biggest weakness, often causing him to miss deadlines. Palliative as noun. A form of medical care or treatment aimed at relieving pain, discomfort, or symptoms associated with a serious illness or condition, without necessarily curing the underlying disease. Something that alleviates or mitigates suffering or distress, providing comfort or relief to those who are experiencing physical or emotional discomfort. Music therapy is often used as a palliative intervention to soothe patients undergoing chemotherapy. Pain medication can provide palliative relief for individuals suffering from severe headaches or migraines. Massage therapy can serve as a palliative treatment for chronic pain and muscle tension. The hospice provided palliative care to improve the quality of life for terminally ill patients in their final stages. The counselor offered palliative support to help the grieving family cope with their loss. Illness as noun. A specific disease or disorder affecting the body or mind. A state of poor health or physical condition, typically characterized by symptoms such as pain, fever, fatigue, or dysfunction of bodily organs or systems. The doctor diagnosed her with a rare and debilitating illness. She was forced to take time off work due to a severe illness. Mental illness is often stigmatized and misunderstood in society. Chronic illness can have a significant impact on a person's quality of life. The flu outbreak led to widespread illness across the city. Palliative as adjective. Intended to soothe or mitigate suffering, distress, or discomfort, offering comfort or consolation to those experiencing physical or emotional distress. providing relief or alleviation of pain, discomfort, or symptoms associated with a serious illness or condition, without necessarily curing the underlying disease. The soothing music served as a palliative measure to calm the anxious patient before surgery. The hospice nurse provided palliative treatment to keep the terminally ill patient comfortable in their final days. The counselor offered palliative support to help ease the emotional burden of grief for the bereaved family. The soft blankets and warm tea provided palliative comfort to the elderly resident during their illness. The doctor prescribed palliative care to manage the patient's pain and improve their quality of life. Affliction as noun, a condition of pain, suffering, or distress, something that causes pain or suffering. Mental health afflictions such as depression and anxiety can have a profound impact on one's quality of life. The family faced financial difficulties as a result of the father's sudden illness and subsequent medical bills, adding to their afflictions. The community rallied together to support those affected by the natural disaster, providing relief for their afflictions. Poverty is an affliction that affects millions of people around the world, depriving them of basic necessities. Arthritis is a common affliction among the elderly, causing joint pain and stiffness. Malady is noun, a disorder or ailment of the body or mind, an abnormal or unhealthy condition. The flu is a common malady that afflicts many people each year. The malady of alcoholism has devastating effects on both the individual and their loved ones. The malady of poverty affects millions of people around the world. The persistent cough was just one symptom of her mysterious malady. The doctor diagnosed her with a rare malady that would require immediate treatment. Fatigue is noun, a state of weariness or tiredness, a feeling of being drained of energy, physical or mental exhaustion caused by prolonged exertion, stress, or lack of sleep. The long hike left her feeling a deep sense of fatigue, and she had to take a break to rest. The construction workers complained of fatigue after working long hours in the hot sun. The soldier had to push through the fatigue to complete the grueling obstacle course. The medical condition chronic fatigue syndrome causes people to feel exhausted even after getting a lot of rest. The pilot had to take a break to avoid fatigue after flying for several hours. Sickness is noun, a specific disease or ailment affecting the body or mind. The state or condition of being ill or unwell, physical or mental illness. Chronic sickness can have a significant impact on a person's quality of life and daily functioning. The outbreak of sickness in the community led to a temporary closure of schools and public facilities. The flu vaccine helps prevent the spread of sickness during the peak flu season. She was absent from work due to sickness and had to stay home to recover. The doctor diagnosed him with a severe case of food poisoning after experiencing symptoms of sickness. Fever as verb, to become intensely excited, agitated, or enthusiastic about something, often leading to a heightened state of activity or fervor. To experience a high body temperature typically resulting from an illness or infection. To have a fever. She began to fever after contracting the flu virus and had to stay home from work. The political rally fevered as the candidate delivered a passionate speech, rallying supporters to action. As the competition heated up, the crowd fevered with anticipation, cheering louder and more energetically. The child fevered suddenly, prompting his parents to take him to the doctor for evaluation. Fans fevered over the release of the highly anticipated film, queuing outside theaters for hours to secure tickets. Condition as verb. To bring something into a specific state or condition. To make something dependent on something else. The agreement was conditioned on certain key terms being met. The coach conditioned the athletes to endure long-distance running. His offer to buy the house was conditioned on it passing a thorough inspection. Regular maintenance helps to condition the equipment for optimal performance. She conditioned her hair with a hydrating conditioner to keep it soft and manageable. Convalescence as noun. The gradual recovery of health and strength after illness or injury. The period of time during which one is recovering from an illness or medical treatment. During convalescence, it's important to follow the doctor's instructions for a full recovery. After surgery, she spent several weeks in convalescence at home. The hospital provides support services for patients during their convalescence. His doctor advised him to take it easy during his convalescence. With proper care and rest, her convalescence was smooth and steady. Disability is noun. A legal or social disadvantage imposed on a person with such a condition, often resulting in discrimination or reduced opportunities. A physical or mental condition that limits a person's movements, senses, or activities. A handicap. Wheelchair users may face physical disabilities that limit their mobility. Discrimination against individuals with disabilities is prohibited by law in many countries. Autism spectrum disorder is characterized by social and communication disabilities. People with visual disabilities may use assistive technologies such as screen readers. Workplace accommodations are provided to employees with disabilities to ensure equal access and opportunity. Level up your English. Master vocabulary, idioms, and phrasal verbs with fun quizzes. Translate meanings into 104 languages. Download now. Link in the description. Please like and subscribe to our channel.